Hi, first graders. Okay, so today we are going to do a little bit of math. So first off, when we talk about our math, if I show you this tower and this tower, which one is fewer? Can you touch the tower that is fewer on your screen? Yes, that one is fewer. Now, I want to know how much fewer this one is than this one. So if I were to line these two towers up, and I ignore where they are equal, so they're both equal at 3. And if I count above it, I can figure out how much fewer this tower is than this tower. So let's line them up and let's count. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4 fewer. 3 is 4 fewer than this number, than this tower. Okay, so let's try that again. I'm going to break it into two parts. Let's try this time. Okay, which tower is fewer this time? Can you point to the screen that shows the tower that's fewer? Yeah, that tower. So fewer meaning less or smaller. And again, if I want to figure out how much fewer this one is than this one, I'm going to line them up again and count. Can you guys count and figure out how much fewer this one is than this one? You answered 6, you're right. This tower is 6 fewer than this one. So if I line it up and count, remember I'm not going to count these two because that's where they tied. So I'm going to count these guys and see how much fewer this tower is than this tower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's try one more. Which tower is fewer this time? Which tower is fewer? Yes, that tower is fewer because it is smaller. Okay, now how much smaller, how much fewer is this tower than this tower? So I'm going to line it up. And how much fewer is that tower than the other tower? Can you count it for me and figure out how much fewer this one is than this one? Okay, if you said 2, you were right. So let's check that. I'm going to line them up. I'm not going to count these guys because that's where they tied. So I'm going to start up here. So it's 1, 2, 2 fewer. And if I were to break these two off, now they are the same, right? But this one is 2 fewer than this one. Okay. All right, here's my problem for you guys today. I've got two kiddos. I've got Addison and I've got Michael. They are going to share these blocks, okay? And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks. Okay, Addison and Michael are going to share these 10 blocks in a way so that Michael has 2 fewer than Addison. Okay, so I can use my blocks and I'm going to break them into two parts. But I need to find a way to break them so that Michael has 2 fewer than Addison. So Addison is going to have more, but Michael is going to have less, and he's going to have 2 less, or 2 fewer. So let's see how we can break this. Okay, let's break this way first. If I break it this way, and Michael has, we know Michael's going to have less, and he's going to have 2 less, let's check it. So first off, is this one fewer? Yes. But let's see, it has to be 2 fewer. So is it 2 fewer? Let's line them up and count. Is that 2 fewer? Nope, it's 6 fewer. Because if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is 6 fewer. So that won't work because we're looking for the answer that's 2 fewer. So I know I need to break off a bigger chunk. So let's break off it this way. Okay, Michael needs to have the fewer tower. Which tower is fewer? This one. Let's line it up because he also needs to have 2 fewer than Addison. So let's count it. Is this tower 2 fewer? I lined it up. You count. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 fewer. So is Michael's 2 fewer? Nope, it's 4. So let's put it back together. We're still too big. Let's break off a little bit more. Okay. Which tower's less? This one. So we know Michael's going to have less, but he needs to have 2 less, 2 fewer. So let's line it up and count. Does he have 2 fewer? Yes, this time he does have 2 fewer. So we know Michael's going to have 4 and Addison is going to have 6 because that makes it Michael have 2 fewer blocks than Addison. Okay, so if I were to put that over on my chart right here, Michael is going to have 4 blocks, and Addison is going to have 6 blocks because Michael's going to have 2 fewer than Addison. I can also check it by doing a subtraction sentence. So I can also take my 6 blocks that Addison has minus the 4 blocks that Michael has. And if that equals 2, then I know I'm right. Then I know that 4 is 2 less than 6. So let's try it. Okay, let's put 6 fingers up and count back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's my answer? 2. So Michael has 2 less than Addison. So when you do your math problem today, I want you to kind of create a chart like this, except for you're going to have 2 different names, and they're not sharing blocks today, they're sharing pencils. Okay, so here's your problem. Bill and Jeff have 8 pencils in all. So all together they have 8 pencils. In how many ways, so you need to figure out how to share those pencils between Bill and Jeff so that Jeff has 2 fewer pencils than Bill. So I want you guys to kind of set up a little chart like this right below in this big old workspace, okay? And you can use a blocks like I did, except for this time you are going to grab how many blocks to figure it out? 8, because they have 8 all together. So you can use your blocks, and you need to figure out how you can break those blocks into 2 parts so that Bill or Jeff has 2 fewer than Bill. Okay? And when you're done, check your answer with your subtraction sentence. Okay? So I'm looking for a little chart like this with your answers, except for you're going to title it Jeff and Bill, and you need to figure out how many Jeff is going to have and how many Bill is going to have. And remember, Jeff is going to have less. And then whatever answer you figure out, however many Jeff is going to have and however many Bill is going to have, also do an equation down here to double check that our answer is going to be 2 less. Okay, so try that. One more time. Jeff and Bill have 8 pencils all together. How can you switch up those pencils so that Jeff has 2 fewer than Bill? Give that a try. When you guys are done, you can leave this right on your desk and go into and choose something off the shelf in room 2.